Today is October 1st and I want to try and do Vlogtober. More of like something that will get me used to talking to camera and something that will keep me consistent every single day, because I definitely have not been consistent with this channel. So yeah, I'm gonna take this as kind of a personal challenge to myself. So I'm on my bed. I'm not really gonna do makeup today. I'm just doing some eyebrows and some mascara because I'm getting an IUD today. I just, like, for reference, I was on the pill and then came off because the pills I was on just like they weren't really working for me anymore. And then I wanted to see what myself and my doctor wanted to see what my body would kind of do being off the pill, because at first my period was super irregular. Like, it would come for 3 weeks and then not come for 3 months and then come for a week and then on off, and it was just a nightmare. And I used to get really bad cramps and nausea and like vomiting and stuff. And then I was on the pill for literally 10 years. So yeah, I came off the pill maybe like it's September. No, it's October. Oh my gosh. Maybe 6 or 7 months ago. So I've just been free balling and seeing, you know, like what that life is like. And I wanted to go back on some kind of birth control, but I didn't want to be on hormones. So we're doing a non-hormonal IUD today. Which, like, I guess should be exciting that I have access to like free sexual health care. But I'm very nervous. I watched Soothing Sister Stephanie's video all about her IUD. I watched that video when that video came out, when I was still on the pill, and now it's like been my reference point for getting my IUD, and I am so scared that it's gonna hurt. Like, I think that's, like, I'm not afraid of going to the doctor. I am afraid of the pain though. So I'm just trying to ease myself into my day. I'm gonna make sure I take some painkillers. I'm on my period, which apparently is supposed to be really helpful for when you're get your IUD put in. So we're just gonna try and, you know, have like a nice and relaxing day. I think I might even bake some cookies for my later self when I feel sick. Or, I don't know, I'm kind of going into it probably not with the best mindset. I'm already expecting it to be super painful. But I'm sure that me coming home to some cookies will probably make myself feel better. Also, no like face makeup, because the mask, man, like, I'm literally gonna be wearing this pimple patch all day. The mask is brutal. I have something like growing under my chin. Like, I don't know what's happening. So we're just gonna put on some eyebrows and some eyelashes or some mascara, just like to feel like a person. And then we're just gonna look like this today. Because it really just be like that sometimes. That's it. Just to feel a little bit more like a human being. Wow, the eye bags are really just here today.
What? What are they?
The special cookies.
Nice.
So headed to get the IUD.
Yeah.
I'm very stressed. I'm very scared. My heart is like racing out of my chest. Yeah, I know. I'm like on the verge of a panic attack, so that's fun. How do you feel? You feel fine.
Yeah, I'm just here for the moral support.
Thank you very much. Fuck, I'm scared, Angel. I'm actually like really scared. Like I'm actually scared.
Our part's already over. The waiting.
I guess. This is no joke. Like, this is no joke. I've never in my life felt a pain like that. Ever. So I'll just be here forever. It's almost 5 p.m. and I've just been doing this all day. I have a hot water bottle and I've just been in the bed. This whole like IUD recovery thing is really just not what I thought it was gonna be. So I'm just gonna go make a little breakfast for dinner or something, like just something easy, and then probably have an early night. But I didn't film anything today because all I did was stay in the bed and sleep and like wake up when painkillers wore off and then go back to sleep. But I've just been reading online how many people said that their recovery was so easy, or right after they just like went back to work, or you know, the next day I felt fine, it was just a pinch. It's not a pinch. So I will talk some more about it tomorrow, but today was just like a recovery day. So yeah, I wanted to film this part as like a little recap of getting an IUD and going through that whole experience, and put some makeup on because I gotta be out of here in less than an hour. So on today's Saturday, on Thursday, I got a copper non-hormonal IUD, the copper coil. And I think of all the research that I did, reading all this stuff online really just made it seem like it was gonna be a breeze. I mean, I knew it was gonna hurt, and people said that it was very similar to getting a PAP, which I had done and which is uncomfortable, but I never thought that it was actually gonna be like what it was. So I guess like this will be a little informative bit for anyone who is considering an IUD. And I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just taking some regular Nurofen and I feel completely fine, like fine enough to want to go outside and leave my house and like go about my business. However, when I'm not taking the painkillers, I definitely feel like what I consider to be more than period pain level of cramps. So yeah, so you go in and then they tell you all the, you know, risks associated with getting an IUD, and that was fine. And then the actual procedure starts, and they start with a speculum, which is very, I think, standard for any person who's gone to have any other kind of gynecological exam. That was really basic. But then there's this part, they use a device called a sound, which is not a sound, it is a physical like object, and that's what they use to measure the length of your cervix, I believe. But they know how far to implant the IUD so they don't tear your womb. That's the worst pain I've ever had in my life. I don't think I've led a particularly painful life, but I have a tattoo, I've had an ulcer that took me to the ER. I'm a migraine sufferer. Like I'm someone who has experienced like a very mild degree of pain, but this pain that I felt when the sound was inserted was honestly like nothing I'd ever experienced before. To the point where like I actually exclaimed on the table. So the doctor is doing that thing, and then I was holding onto a nurse's hand, and I mean, honestly, it was as much as that experience itself was awful. My nurse and my doctor were amazing. They truly they made the best out of what could have been like a way worse situation. But so then, yeah, you had the sound inserted and like they're trying to measure, and that is like such a deep pain. It felt like my whole like bowl of my pelvis just lit up. Yeah, I can't imagine childbirth being any worse than that, honestly. If it is, girl, we're keeping this in for the next 100 years. Yeah, that was one of the worst parts. And then after going through all of that, I had been like moving around too much, because basically you're in like reclined butterfly for anyone who does yoga. So you're just kind of like sitting here with your legs crossed in front of you and you're reclined back. And my legs at one point were just like shaking, and I guess I was trembling just because it was so painful, and like you have the speculum and you're uncomfortable. And then the doctor said that like after going through all of that and like having the sound inserted, she like couldn't get the IUD in because I was too wiggly. So then all of that had to start over again. And then it was one of those things where like you're just trying to breathe through the pain. And if anyone's read Eckhart Tolle, you're trying to be the observer, but I don't think that worked for me at all. Because I was not observing, I felt all of it. And then the actual insertion of the IUD also really hurt. And I think on top of all of that, I felt particularly discouraged because I'd read so many accounts of people saying that it was nothing. It was such a breeze. Oh, I had it and then I went back to work. Oh, I just like took a little paracetamol and then I was fine. Like, it was just like it was a pinch. I don't know who said it was a pinch. I don't know who wrote the play-by-play on like the NHS website, because whoever wrote it obviously has never gotten an IUD done, because that shit is crazy. I also felt like my recovery was pretty wild. Like that day, the doctor's office is only like a 2-minute walk literally from where we live. And walking back from the appointment, I felt like I couldn't move. I felt like my entire lower half was just like out of commission. I felt super nauseous right after the procedure, like when I got up and put my pants back on. And I asked the doctor and she said it was normal, and then she said I had to get like sugar in my system. So I came home and then I told my my husband to go get some like Lucozade, some Nurofen painkillers. I think that was really it. And I think he brought back like kind of another Lucozade, like Gatorade-y kind of drink. And before I got that, I threw up. I think just like the shock or the pain, or I'm not sure, but yeah, I threw up. And then after I threw up, I actually felt much better. And then I took some painkillers and then went to sleep. And all of this was taking painkillers before my appointment and getting some kind of like numbing gel before the IUD insertion. So I don't know. I don't think I'm like the biggest wimp, but maybe. Yeah, I definitely thought that the recovery would be like a lot easier than it was. I expected myself to just be able to like bounce back, but yesterday was a complete write-off. I spent the entire day in bed. I woke up to like really severe abdominal cramping and like the kind of pain like where you just can't get comfortable. So like I was rocking back and forth, I was on all fours, I was trying to do like puppy posture, like just to alleviate the pain in my pelvis and in my lower back. And then that just kind of like, and then I ended up taking some painkillers, but it's like the second the painkillers were off, I'm like back to square one, it feels like. But today I woke up with some pain, nothing as severe as yesterday or the day before, and I'm just taking just like I said, regular Nurofen, and I'm dealing. So yeah. All right. To Oxford Circus. I thought you said she had two names.
Is it not just Jessica Parker?
Nope, it is not just Jessica Parker.
Parker Smith.
Jessica Parker Smith?
Yeah.
No.
Am I close? Just tell me.
No, come on, think of it. What's her name? No cheating.
Is her actual name Jessica?
There might be a Jessica in there.
So Sarah Jessica Parker.
Thank you. You definitely Googled it, didn't you?
No.
Yes, you did. Do you swear that you didn't Google it?
No.
Because you Googled it. Oh my gosh. So I've really been having just like a time in this like first vlogging week. And you know when like nothing is actually like the biggest deal, but when lots of little things start going to shit, you start to just feel like it's compounding interest on each other, and now you're just like in a terrible mood. I got like scammed on Facebook Marketplace because I've been like looking for this leather jacket, and I had a very particular one in mind, and I saw it when it was in stores maybe like last November, and I was like I tried it on and it was like way too expensive, and then a part of me was like, oh, maybe I'll just buy it for myself as like a birthday present because my birthday is in January. And then the like New Year sales happened in America, and I didn't get it, but it was down to like $300, which felt a lot more reasonable since I'd seen it at full price. And so then I didn't get it. I didn't end up getting it because I had to move back here to London, and I figured I would take that money and use it for rent here instead of buying on a jacket that was something I really loved but wasn't like a complete necessity. So long story short, I never got it, and I've been looking for something like this jacket for like months now. And then I found the actual jacket on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. The seller was asking a really reasonable price, which was even less than what I was gonna pay in America. And I agreed to meet him. Like, we were speaking all weekend, and I confirmed like my size, and I confirmed my meeting place, and I just did like a quick check-in the day before we were supposed to meet, just saying, hey, just making sure that we're meeting at this place tomorrow at this time. This is, like I said, after I've been speaking to this guy for like days. And then he's just like, oh no, I'm not selling it. And then he blocked me. So like I can't even send any kind of reply or anything. I don't know. People are really just like audacious. And like that, along with a couple of other things that are just not going how I want them to go, it's like really testing me and my patience, you know? But it's fine. I'm gonna see a friend today. Try to just like get out of this funk because I'm feeling really, really funky. And hopefully turn this whole mood just like around. I don't know, I just like, I mean, no one likes to be scammed, but like, I feel like I especially hate to be scammed because I try to be so cautious, like, about everything. I checked this guy out, like, he had like a relatively active Facebook profile. He had sold some other stuff before. He, what's the word? I checked like his LinkedIn to make sure that he was a real person. Everything I thought checked out. And then you still can get screwed. Yeah, I don't know, that sucks. I mean, I hate that. I hate when like you really try to go out of your way to make sure that you're being cautious and then things still just like don't work out, you know? It's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess like the universe isn't fair and no one deserves anything really, and life is just one big fat joke, so I guess you kind of just have to laugh at it because otherwise you'll just be upset for days like me. But yeah, I haven't been filming like the last 2 days or so. Just like nothing's like been interesting. I've literally just like been sitting on my computer all day just doing computer work. And that's not interesting. So I'm still using this Vlogtober as like a challenge to myself to just get myself in the habit of like filming, having something to film, and editing, and like working on multiple projects at the same time. I think that could be really good for me. And just, you know, yeah, like getting familiar and like getting more comfortable talking to camera. Like I feel quite comfortable now, but then like going outside I start to get like a little bit more nervous. But yeah. I feel like getting outside at least like a couple days a week is really helpful for me because otherwise I start to feel like really funky and really down. I feel like that's anybody, you know, like you really just can't stay just like in your house all the time. It's more like this angle. Another thing that's been going wrong is this bed is broken. Like the bed frame is broken. And so like sitting here, I'm sitting like on a weird angle because like the bed frame has multiple points and it's like kind of like meeting in the middle, like two peaks like this. So it's super uncomfortable to be on, actually. And it's really bad for your back and it's really bad for your neck. It's just like not the most ideal situation. And that's like that was supposed to come even on Monday, and like every day just keeps getting pushed back another day and another day and another day. And so like I'm trying to be around to make sure I'm here for the bed delivery, and the delivery's not happening, but like I keep getting daily updates saying that it's the next day. I don't know. This is kind of just like a whinge, I guess. I'm just whinging. But like at the same time, this is how I'm feeling, so whatever. Do you reckon I can put on any more bronzer. Yeah, me, like everyone else, has been watching Orion Carlato in quarantine. I think she's great. I love her aesthetic and I love her haircut. And it's kind of times like this where I miss straightening my hair more regularly because, like, yeah, I would love like a little bang situation or something. I mean, I wouldn't. Like, when I first started going curly, I cut bangs and they were cute, but like kind of were a pain to grow out. And now I have like kind of layers that I've put in myself. But like, as you can see, even like a really short piece like this looks super short, but goes all the way down. So maybe I'll try and do like a bun with bangs, because I think that would be cute. Maybe I've just been like on Instagram for too long. That's so flattering, isn't it? Just mouth agape. Jesus. Okay, I found 5 bobby pins, so let's see if this can be anything. Y'all, I don't know about this. I really was trying. I wanted to get like a nice shaggy bang vibe, but it's just not. It just looks like weird noodles. I want to be in the club, in the curtain bang club. That's kind of cute though. Wait, I love it. Okay, let's get dressed and we'll see if this works. Okay, it's a few hours later and like, oh my gosh, I'm so shiny. But I think this works, right? I think this is a thing. I think this is super cute. This is like my top. I don't know what I'm wearing on my bottoms yet, but I think this could really be like the move. So yeah, if you have curly hair and you want bangs, just kind of like stretch and blow dry your bangs from a center part, like away from your face. And you look like this.